Hello, everyone. This is Felicia Bender, the Practical Numerologist, coming at you with your monthly forecast. So if you're new to numerology, I always do this a little bit of a moment right before we start because it is important. If you're new to numerology, welcome. And yet, if you are not familiar with your personal year number in numerology, I ask you to please take one moment, head over to FeliciaBender.com, click on monthly forecast. There is a calculator there that will calculate your personal year number for you. There's also, if you look down in the description box, a very brief, very, very simple way to calculate that because these forecasts are based on the personal year number in numerology. They are not based on the life path number. Okay, so those are two entirely different things in numerology. We just want to make sure you're at the right place at the right time, listening to the correct forecast. And I also want to say that I feel somewhat compelled to start out these forecasts by making an observation here. And that is that it's been a rather intense and butt-kicking eclipse season for those of you who are astrologically inclined, even those of you who are not, even though, I don't know, if you're listening to a numerology video, more than likely you're keeping track of the astrological currents as well. So October was really intense in terms of the eclipses. Things are going on. Going on in the world, going on in our personal lives in a very intense fashion. So October was just a very transitional, transformational time that we're all kind of still reeling from and benefiting from. And yet it can be a lot. That's all I'm trying to say. So it really doesn't even matter what personal year you're experiencing right now. It is going to feel like a lot. Okay, so I'm going to ask you, how did that shake out for you, or how is it continuing to shake out for you in terms of eclipse season? There was a lot of Libra energy in there, a lot of relationship stuff going on across the board. So if that's something you faced in October, basically the only reason I'm bringing this up is because you are not alone. You're not alone at all. We're all going, is anyone else noticing it here? That there's a lot going on? Yes, we are all noticing it. Those of us who are noticing it are noticing it. So I really feel it's extremely important to seek out insightful, supportive information that supports all of us in making the most out of these experiences that we're having. And sometimes that simply means knowing that you're not the only one who might be a bit up against it right now and not know why. So now you know why. So I feel like it's really, truly paradigm shifting right now in the world. This is made volatile by the world events that we are experiencing, looking at all of this, right? And so I just want to say that that you and I and we all have this community of like-minded folks who are really working on it in some way, shape, or form, working on evolving your personal consciousness so that it can reverberate out. However you might personally define that. So I just wanted to start out with that little cosmic hug. Really, I need one. So I hope you need one because I'm extending it out to you. I think we all really need it. So now, November. So if you are in a 4 or a master number 22 for personal year, November is a number 6 personal month for you. So this is a month for nesting and nurturing yourself and those around you. So really guided by that nurturing number 6. Those of you who are numerologically inclined know that that 6 is all about home and family and love and relationships, all those snugglies. So that's what you get for November. And those of you in the US, this is a great month to have a number 6 month because it's Thanksgiving time. It's beginning ramping up the holidays. If you don't live in the U.S., this is a good time for holidays. The winter's coming in, all the holiday markets, other things that are coming in. So anyway, warm and fuzzy, really snuggly when you're taking advantage of the 6 energy. And so I would say that just, like Dorothy, I'm going to cue Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz with her ruby slippers. So there's no place like home. And that's what November is going to be your mantra. There is no place like home. And yet, how does that feel when you say it? And are you in a home that feels like no place like home, or are you searching for a home that, rather like Dorothy, keeps searching throughout the entire movie of The Wizard of Oz, searching for her home? So November really is a month that's intensely focused on different levels regarding all things related to your home and relationship life. So the energy of the number 6, which is that energy guiding you for these 4 weeks in November, is a domestic energy, and it'll prod you to take care of any building, remodeling matters, financial affairs related to your home and family, anything that needs clarification, resolution, anything like that. These are areas of concern or focus, particularly between November the 2nd and November the 11th. Okay, so you could be inspired to create more harmony, more balance in your home. We're just leaving Libra season right now. We're just leaving the eclipse season that was very Libra based, at least part of it was. So perhaps it's time for a little redecorating, a little clearing out the closets, donating some of those old items in order to make room for something new and something fresh. So it could be one of those months where you get the cleaning bug. Sounds exciting, doesn't it? But it feels so good. Oh my gosh, it feels great. And the feng shui that you get out of that is worth the cost of admission right there. Yet also for this month for you, the focus is on children. This could be your own children, the children in your life, or just children in general. It's a great time to engage with the child within yourself. I know it's an overused term in many ways, but there it is. It's the inner child. How do you investigate and nurture those aspects of yourself that still need acknowledgement and still need playtime, right? A little bit of playtime would be good. And yet overall responsibilities are very much highlighted this month. And you're in a 4-year anyway, or a 22-4 personal year. Responsibilities have been high level, over the top, right, this year. So this is nothing that will be new to you, and yet perhaps it will just have a different flavor to it. So during the week of November 14th, you'll want to review and adjust your own duties, your own responsibilities, and the obligations of other family members. So it's your job to moderate and successfully balance and juggle all this, right? So good luck. And yet, yeah, it's part of what's in store for you in November. It's up to you to make this month a time of healing, a time of beauty, warmth, and harmony. There could be some turbulence, and yet it really is up to you to make a determination about how you want it to go, right? And how to put that into perspective and take those actions that will get you more of that balance and more of the harmony rather than the disharmony and the imbalance. So the common denominator really between the energy of the 4 personal year and the 6 personal month that you are experiencing right now in November has to do with your sense of stability, of security, and your sense of home across the board. So you might find yourself considering an eventual change of location or residence, or maybe this is the month that you actually do make that, it's been in the works for a couple months, and November's the time where you actually do make that transition. On a deeper level, this can bring up some old or recurring family related issues for review. This is happening in your 4 personal year anyway. This may just be a culmination or an accumulation of those relationships or those issues that you've been working with and through this year itself. So it is the month where you'll be asked to flow a little bit more. I know that's sometimes hard in a 4 personal year, but it really is all about the harmony, all about acceptance, balance, and just giving that non-judgmental container of support, first of all to yourself, but then to those that you engage with and interact with. And this could come up with a little more emphasis in November. So the number 6 always attempts to bring harmony and a nurturing presence into all situations, into everything it touches. So what usually happens is that there are disharmonious situations that happen and things that kind of go off the rails a little bit, where you be called in to be that navigating party, the one who gets everyone back onto the same page. And so since this is the vibe of the month, I'm going to ask you to lean into it, see where it takes you. Don't force things. And this is a great time to put judgment, criticism, all those things on the shelf, and bring your heart and soul into everything you do. Sounds a little corny. I know it does, but really it's when you're leading with the heart this month, it's going to feel much warmer rather than tedious. Right? When we're kind of working with the friction of it, it can feel really exasperating to be in a 4 or 22/4 personal year and have this 6 months, layered on top of it, because you just feel the weight of that kind of responsibility. So the trick is for you to modulate that. So you're pushing through 2 years and you're still involved in that final stretch here of this 4 personal year marathon. So hang in there, please. Do not give up. Don't give in when you are so close. You're so close to the finish line. Really, it's kind of like that last. Have you ever run a marathon? I have not. Never will I ever run a marathon. Now, my older daughter is a runner, and she has run, I don't know how many marathon. Well, I think one marathon, and then a lot of half marathons and a lot of other things. But all I'm saying, and I have other friends who run marathons, is that it's almost like you get delusional and at those last 2 miles, right? You're like, oh my God, I'm going to throw up, and you're fatigued and you're hallucinating. And I mean, you're wondering what the heck you did even signing up for this marathon. And it's mind over matter. Really, it is mind over matter at that point. And I would just dare say that it's as you're heading into November, I don't want to be overly dramatic about it, yet it's kind of mind over matter right now in your 4 year to kind of finish it up, lock it down, get those things in place, organize things, make sure that you're going that direction. You've got things, again, systematized and kind of figured out in the way that you want them to be, because next year is going to be a whole different story. Okay. The coming year is ushering in movement, change, hopefully some feeling of a little bit of freedom, some travel, other things that are going to come into the mix as you head into 2024. But in the meantime, I would just say to get your stride going for these final 8 weeks, and then you can get yourself ready for an adventurous ride in 2024. All right, that's your forecast for November. If you want to know more about numerology and about your own numerology, head to FeliciaBender.com. I've got a lot of free stuff there. I've got life path information, lots of articles where you could learn all about numerology kind of at your own pace. I've got courses, private sessions, programs, all of it. So if this is interesting to you, head on over to FeliciaBender.com and poke around there and see if you can find anything that helps you out, that you find useful. Otherwise, I am looking forward to seeing you next month for your forecast as we close out 2024 or 2023 and go into 2024.